Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
You want to go for a ride?
Sure, Ken.
Jump in.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination, life is your creation.
And that's when you're truly considered to be pregnant. During a menstrual cycle, one of your 2 ovaries matures an egg within a follicle. Hormonal surges controlled by your brain then cause 1 and occasionally 2 follicles to release an egg. If both ovaries release an egg, you may have non-identical twins, also known as fraternal twins. Long, finger-like projections sweep the egg into the fallopian tube. The egg travels down the fallopian tube, pushed by tiny hairs, and awaits the arrival of sperm. Within 24 hours of fertilization, the egg, now called a zygote, divides into 2 cells. The number of cells doubles about every 12 hours as the zygote continues its trek to the uterus. During this early stage, if the cells split into 2 separate groups, instead of remaining attached, you'll be doubly blessed with identical twins. About 3 days after fertilization, the zygote has become a ball of 32 cells resembling a miniature raspberry. A few days later, it reaches the uterus as a ball of roughly 500 cells surrounding a fluid-filled cavity. On day 7, the ball of cells burrows into the uterine wall during a process called implantation. Many women have implantation bleeding or spotting at this time, which occurs about 21 days after a period.
We did it, Ken! We're pregnant!
We're what, Barbie?
Uh-oh. I'm gonna be a mom! Yay! In the first trimester, mothers often experience morning sickness, which includes cramping, indigestion, and yes, vomiting. The first trimester lasts about 12 weeks. At this point, the baby doesn't look much like a baby, but slowly this little clump of cells becomes something resembling a human being. During this time, the baby is called a fetus and never grows more than a few centimeters long. Ken! Go get me some more ketchup for these sugar cookies!
His nerves are connecting his brain to the rest of his body, traveling from the brain through the brainstem and down the spine, and beginning to extend into his torso and limbs. Your baby's skeleton is changing too. The soft cartilage is starting to harden into bone. This happens first in the arms and legs. Sensory development is picking up speed. Your baby's brain is designating special areas for smell, taste, hearing, vision, and touch. At this stage, your baby may be able to hear your heartbeat and voice. So read aloud or sing a happy tune.
Ken, my feet hurt. I think they're swollen.
Nonsense, Barbie. Your feet are perfect.
Ew! Look at them!
Now let's look at the first stage of labor, which is when contractions cause the cervix to open completely. The first stage has 3 parts: early labor, active labor, and transition. The first stage lasts an average of 14 hours for first-time moms. Let's take a closer look at early labor. During early labor, the uterus contracts. The main job of early labor contractions is to cause the cervix to efface almost completely, which means it thins out or becomes shorter. The contractions also cause the cervix to dilate, meaning to open. In early labor, the cervix dilates to 6 centimeters. And remember that some of this effacement and dilation occurs during the last weeks of pregnancy, before labor begins.
Ken, get in here! You're gonna miss it! Aww. What's that?